I remember the original of this movie, and it was cheap. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. This was back in the day, and I was a little kid. This was back in the day when you got a VCR tape, and like, oh, you're not supposed to have that tape, but you got it anyway. And the original was gory and showed titties, and like me and my brother and cousins would sneak in the stuff like that and watch it. Try to rewatch it, once I was an adult, and I was like, this is unwatchable. This is crap. But apparently, it left an impression on a good many people. I guess
I
they like
don't
the titties too.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Don't bother.
Oh, it's that bad.
You want to talk about a B movie? This is like a D movie.
Oh God.
Streaming and entertainment company Cineverse is releasing the Toxic Avenger remake in theaters later this year, and it will be unrated. We are back, citizens of Traumaville. When all hope seemed to be lost for the reimagining of our favorite superhero, the Toxic Avenger, Cineverse announced last Tuesday that they will be releasing the film theatrically later this year, and it will be unrated. The original is, I don't remember it that well, but it's something like this nerdy boy that got beat up on, and he was trying to get with this girl, and then he got in toxic waste, and then he basically took his mop, because he mopped the floors, and he killed a lot of people with it, and then he got the big tittied women, and there was like tits. The way I'm remembering it is there was tits all in the movie, like bare shown. So it's basically a horny monster who won by killing everybody, and
Yeah.
and that somehow some years after that managed to spawn a cartoon. Of course, the cartoon was PG, but it spawned a cartoon from it, and I believe it also had a few sequels.
Well, it seems like the movie is like it has a cult following and stuff.
Yeah, I'm beyond grateful to the team behind the Toxic Avengers, who were so supportive and steady-handed as we search for the perfect distribution partner for our film, said Blair in a statement via Variety. It's so cool that folks will have the chance to see this in theaters. It's a fun, rowdy movie you want to see with a crowd. Nothing like the original, apparently. Mutant hero smashes bad guys with a mop. Perfect entertainment for the whole family. Definitely not like the original. His statement continued, our goal was always to preserve the heart and the spirit of the original Toxie. They did not. I mean, I don't think they seen the same movie I seen,
Maybe not.
which was seared into our brains at a very young age. That is very true. And try to make something that trauma fans would dig, and at the same time do something with a character that feels fresh.
Okay,
So
but
this movie has attracted some very well known actors.
but if it was like you said, I mean, I don't know, I didn't watch the movie, but if it was like you said, how in the world did they turn it into like a PG-13 movie?
I don't well, back then they didn't. This is the remake.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, how are they going to
Yeah,
make the?
it would have to be drastically different. But it stars Peter Dinklage, the little one,
Oh,
Kevin Bacon, and Elijah Wood, from
the Hobbit.
Lord of the Rings is what he's probably best well known for.
Yeah,
But if you look at some of the pictures there, there's Kevin Bacon,
yeah.
there's Elijah Woods, and I don't know who Dinklage would play, but again, I haven't seen the really haven't seen the movie in uh 40 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Quite a long time.
Shoot, I may have to watch the movie just to familiarize myself with
Now,
it.
if YouTube don't cut it out, here's the official trailer for the remake.
May
And
have to read
again,
it.
fuck that. And again, I urge you, do not watch the original. You will just end up thinking it's retarded and skipping it. It has to be a nostalgic thing or it will not take.
There are still no leads as to the identity of
the freaky folk hero remains at large. Sir, what did you see last night?
I heard gunshots, saw blood. Handsome fella had his arm tore off like wet bread, and the creature run off into the night.
He looks like a fucked up hot dog. That part was very shocking to me. Motherfucker.
Can we put that up? Anyone that may have encountered the strange. Breaking news, a group of armed extremists, the Nasty Lads, they've taken hostages at a Mistmeat Lunchatorium downtown.
Let's go live.
We are the Nasty Lads! We are angry! Go, go, go! Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
He's a hero.
The Toxic Avenger.
That's what the kids are calling him. I think it's swell.
Now I hope that little midget isn't playing the Toxic Avenger himself.
Yeah.
I mean, after he, went on about Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and is like basically, that's anti-little people and blah, 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 blah. Fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, he just cost a bunch of little people their jobs.
Yeah, fuck that little midget.
Yep.
I like this midget comedian said, midget, please.
Yeah.
Oh, this comment here implies that Dinklage will be playing the Toxic Avenger, which he wasn't a midget then. He was like just a young teenager, maybe.
Yeah. Well, maybe the sludge shrunk him or something.
It just doesn't make sense. Maybe he's desperate for roles now. But hey, isn't it like wrong to put a midget in a short person role?
Yeah.
According to Dinklage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, oh, hi, Hook. We got a viewer. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Hook. I've seen you around before. It's probably on reality based, but I'm glad to have you here.
But this movie, I don't know.
It says that back in the 90s, but to my recollection, it came out in the 80s, and they said it had an NC-17 rating. To my recollection, if I can talk right, they didn't have that rating back then. It was probably unrated or XXX one.
Yeah.
Because that's the rating they had then, X and XX and XXX.
Oh, there's Warren. Hi, Warren.
Welcome, Warren of Bly. I'm not going to pretend to understand what that name means. You can tell me if you like, don't matter. But always happy to have you. Always welcome.
It makes me think of like a dwarf fighter or something, like in D&D. That's what I think of when I hear the name.
It could work. That could work. So yeah, the Toxic Avenger remake. I don't know. Maybe you should watch the original. I mean,
no, don't make me.
It's cheap. It's corny. It has a lot of titties and a lot of people getting their arms ripped off and that kind of thing.
Oh, what the hell? I'll give it a shot.
Very corny, very bad effects.
Okay. I gotta ask you: is it the kind of movie you gotta get drunk to watch so it'll make sense?
I don't
know. I'll give it a shot.
OG Toxic Avenger is great. I don't know if you caught it, but I was saying I seen it when I was a kid, and it was back, when like me and my brother and some cousins, they would sneak in stuff. A lot of times porn, but in this case it was that movie, and it was probably like X-rated or something. And we would get a thrill out of watching shit we shouldn't be watching. And for that reason, it holds nostalgia for me. But I believe if I tried to rewatch it now, it would just be too fucking silly.
Well, I'll give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. We're of Bly. It's a character in my favorite fantasy book series. I'm not familiar with whichever book that is, but it could be interesting. Oh, he brought up a good point here. It's like Puppet Master 6 or Jason X. I would say it's more like the earlier Puppet Master ones, but I would say more over the top silly than those even.
Oh, okay. Well, I like the Puppet Master, so I'll give this a shot.
You probably regret it.
I probably will, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway.